Welcome to our lecture online. In the situation where they give us the x-intercept and a point on the line, we're not as fortunate as we were in the previous example when they gave us the y-intercept. Because if they give us the y-intercept, we can simply plug that right away into the equation. But we can't do that with the x-intercept. Essentially, when we have an x-intercept at one point, we treat it no different than if we were given 2 points. In other words, this becomes the following. We can then say that we can write this as the point 2, 0, and now we're going to solve it the exact same way that we did over here when we're given 2 points, which means we first need to find the slope, and then we need to find the y-intercept. So let's do that. So the slope, m, is equal to the rise over the run, which is equal to the difference in the y values of the 2 points divided by the difference in the x values of the 2 points. So let's call this point 2 and call this point 1. So this would be the values for x2, y2, and this for x1, y1. And it's not a bad idea to go ahead and write that there so you can grab the correct values over here, because sometimes we mess that up and we don't want to do that. So we're going to take the ratio of y2 minus y1, so this becomes y2 and this is y1. So that becomes 4 minus 0, and in the for the difference in the x's, x2 and x1, that would be 6 minus 2. So that's 4 divided by 4, which is 1. So the slope in this case equals 1. Once we have that, we're going to plug that right into our equation. So here we go y is equal to, and instead of m, we're going to write 1 times x plus b. So let's go ahead and rewrite it as y equals x plus b. And now what we're going to do is we're going to plug in an x and a y value to find b. And again, we're going to use one of our 2 points to do that. It doesn't matter which point we grab. So let's go ahead and grab this point right here and plug that in for x and y. So y in this case is equal to 0. So we can write 0 is equal to x. And in that case, x is equal to 2 plus b. And when we move the 2 across, we get minus 2 is equal to b. And notice that's how we find the value for b, the y-intercept. Then we plug that back into our equation right here. And when we do, we get the following. We get y is equal to x. And instead of plus b, we write plus negative 2 is negative 2. And there is the equation represented by the line where we know the x-intercept and 1 point on the line. And that is how it's done.